Yep, there's quite a few books there. I'm gonna guess that most of you have never seen spiral bound versions of the Player's Handbook, Dungeon Master's Guide, Monster's Manual. Well, there's a good reason for that. Because these books were not purchased anywhere. These books were made by me. On that guy right there. And in case you can't read that, that is a Hewlett-Packard LaserJet 4000 TN. The TN has to do with having more than one tray down here. You can find them used for about $100 or so, between 100 and 150. And for a long time, these were the industry standard office laser printer. This one's not hooked up right now. I just pulled it out of the box to show you guys. Now I printed these books on, let me open one up here, see if what it looks like on the camera. This is not just standard paper. This is a hammer mill, acid-free, archive grade paper. It did cost a little more than your average paper, but it's a little thicker. It's got a nice feel to it. And it's supposed to be archive quality, so supposedly it will last for many, many years. Let me see if I can find a picture here. As you can see, here we go. As you can see, the pictures didn't all come out so wonderful. There's a few reasons for that. Because the printer over here doesn't have a lot of RAM in it. And the PDF files that I was sending, especially the ones with a lot of pictures in them, consume a lot of memory. I did have to turn the DPI down to get them to print a little quicker, which affected the pictures in the books. Now you can still see what the picture is and more or less make it out. Excuse me there, but generally the pictures aren't nearly as good as the full color versions, or as they even could be. Had I taken my time and allowed them to print at full resolution, the pictures would have all come out beautiful. As long as the text is vectored, as long as you have an OCR'd PDF file, you can print it and the text will come out perfect every time. Nice, crisp, sharp edges. This one right here was not an OCR'd file. Some of you familiar with this, the world's largest dungeon. Required 2 books to print this out. Now let's see if because this has got some macro. You can read this text, as I'm sure you can tell here, but it's not as sharp or as clean as the others. Now, what I've done, I didn't spiral bind these myself. I took them to a print shop and he spiral bound them for me. I printed the covers off on a on an inkjet, full color inkjet, and took them and had them laminated. In the end, my total cost was about $12 per book. That's with purchasing the printer and an excuse me, and an extra toner cartridge and all the necessary paper. So, if you've got some books on PDF file that maybe you purchased from someplace like Paizo, and you really wish you had physical books Here's just an example to show you that it is possible. It is cost effective. However, don't ask me to do it for you. That would be illegal. As long as I've done them for myself and I never sell them to anyone, it's perfectly legal for me to do this. I don't want to hear comments about how, you know, you're turning me over to WotC for copyright infringement or something like that, because these are just for personal use, and it's I'm well within my rights, well within the law to reproduce them for personal use. So there you go. I guess I could say now, if anybody's interested in a Hewlett-Packard LaserJet 4000 TN, this one works just fine, and I've still got toner for it.